everybody claim they got standards.
Yeah.
A guy got a lot of money. He got a lot of status. He with a bad woman, but he don't wife her. Not everybody pointing the fingers at him because they like, why not? Why you play with her? Why you playing in her face? But old boy got standards. Let's get into it. Welcome back to OG's Uncut Conversations on the Culture. I am your host, Priest, and I'm with the cousin and co-host, T-Rex.
What it do?
Man, this conversation is really your fault if we gon' put it all the way out there. You know what I'm saying? You used to be in the fall guy?
Yeah. So it's all good.
You the fall guy in this one, man. You talking about standards and shit, you know?
Yeah. Right.
Okay. You got standards, I got standards. Everybody got standards, man.
Yeah.
But let's talk real quick about Klay and Megan. Everybody talking about it, but we gonna use them as a reference to get into these relationship dynamics.
Okay.
So the story is, everybody know the story. They dating, he pull her in, introduce her to the family. I think shit online, she cooking, his pops around and all of this. It's looking real good. I'm thinking all the ladies is like, damn, Megan got her one. Then boom, post for Megan. Cheating. Cold feet.
She's cheating?
No, she put a post out saying he cheating.
Okay.
Cheating. Okay. You know, you done played in my face and introduced me to your parents and all of this, and now you got cold feet. I need a break. And not everybody talking about it.
Okay, she need a break from him.
She need a break from, I guess, just men, right? Men who playing around. Because, and she mentioned something about, I'm not reading the quote exactly, so don't hold it against me. But she said something about, like, he got a problem with monogamy. You know what I'm saying? So let's look at this. We talking about standards.
Right.
You know, what type of standard do you think Klay Thompson got? And why do you think he would get with a Megan Thee Stallion? You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you got thoughts on that, but you know.
I mean, when you told me this, it's all new to me. I didn't hear about it until just now before we started up the podcast. But when you were telling me, I'm like, they both getting what they deserve. I mean, because I think
they both getting what they deserve.
Yeah, because the reason why I mean by that is because it's a fetish. I mean, you look at Megan Thee Stallion and you look at Klay
that hit immediately. As soon as you said fetish, that hit me in the chest. Yes, sir.
But I'm just saying, but if you look at it, look how Megan Thee Stallion rap. She put it in her music. She
make you want
it. Huh?
She make you want it.
Oh, yeah, she make you want it. Every woman can make you want it. But I'm just saying, to get into a serious relationship with her, you got to be coming from her territory. Now, Klay Thomas may have grew up being around some hood dudes. He might have been around some guys and learned the language.
You know, his dad played in the NBA.
Yeah, his dad playing.
So he ain't grew up around the hood.
So, okay then. So thanks for telling me that. I didn't. I think I remember he do some type of casting or whatever. And if you look at him, it's nothing that, when you look at him from eyes view, it's nothing to say that he should have been with her anyway. Even if he had a standard,
Klay
you still don't look like the dude.
It don't look like a match. Yes. It don't look like a likely match. Klay put on a do-rag on social media.
And everybody looked at weird.
Everybody was like, God damn.
Yeah.
What going on with Klay?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just a do-rag.
Yeah.
Do-rag, normal hood shit.
Yeah.
But Klay put it on, and it's like, nigga, you look like a fish out of water.
Yes.
But let me ask you this, though. Why you think Megan went for him then?
Because, like I said, I think it was a fetish.
We can break that down. Hold on. It was a fetish from her. He was a fetish for her?
Yeah, and he was a fetish for her as well.
Let's talk about how he was a fetish for her, because I ain't see that coming. I thought you was just talking about she was a fetish for him, because she a sex symbol and she put it out there for all the men to be like this.
Right.
But talk about that. How is he a fetish for her, though?
A fetish for her, he was trying to represent the simps, because Klay Thomas is a simp to me. He was showing that simps can pull a bad chick. Because if he wasn't a simp, none of this would be going on.
But that's how he was a fetish. That's how she looked at him as a fetish?
Yeah, that was his fetish was to get her.
I got you.
It was like amusement, a notch under his belt.
Facts.
To show guys that you can pull a chick like this with no problem.
Yeah.
And it's chicks like this that like us as well. And it backfired on him. So when he had a standard,
it ain't backfired on him.
I think when I mean backfired on him is what's going on now. That he took him around the family and all that.
Yeah, he getting a bad press.
He's getting a bad press. That's what I mean. Yeah. He's getting a backlash from that.
Because he a good boy. He don't need no bad press.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And to be honest, even this would have eventually happened.
Nigga probably ain't gonna never go back again.
Yeah, and this would eventually happen.
He will get him a good white girl.
Yeah, it would eventually happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He gonna get one of the white girls that's always doing this with her hair.
Yeah.
Putting behind her ear. Yes, Klay. Yes, Klay. Because he don't want nobody who gonna blast his ass on social media, because Meg the Stallion got a megaphone when it comes to this social media shit. She say one thing about a nigga.
Yeah.
All the women up.
But look at the physics. Meg the Stallion ain't no little girl. She's tall, she's thick.
Yeah.
And she's built like a Clydesdale, not a stallion. You got your stallion, then you got your Clydesdale.
This nigga going into horses.
She's a Clydesdale.
A Clydesdale.
This dude played basketball. That's not Megan Thee Stallion material. Megan Thee Stallion deserves somebody like an Anthony Edwards type of guy.
But physically,
he couldn't handle her.
But physically though, cuz Klay 6'7". He a taller. I'm saying the physique. He tall. Now I think
he's tall.
I see what you saying, but the edge, he ain't got the edge and shit.
And he's to take tall, on but that. He don't have a physique. He don't have a physique that's built for her. You can maybe I'm wrong for this, physical. Or maybe I'm being too anal about this. But I can look at guys with girls and be like, he can't handle her.
I see what you see. I just look at it differently. I think,
and I'm looking at Klay like that.
I'm looking at his demeanor, his edge. He ain't got no edge. He too nice. But he got the body, like the build. He a big dude. He tall. We see him on TV. He looks smaller, but he's 6'7".
Yeah.
So she looking up to him regardless. He got that. But the edge that a girl like her need for a dude to handle her like that,
he's tall.
He ain't got that.
He's tall and slim. He's just tall. He doesn't have the physique. You could be tall and slim, and you could be tall with a physique. That's Megan Stallion's type.
Yeah, I mean, he ain't got...
If I can honestly tell you, this relationship was going to be doomed, even if they played this shit perfect. Somewhere down the road, they was not going to last too long. Now, I'm just getting to the heart of it because they both got money.
I got you. I see that. I disagree a little bit with you on the physique because, Moneybagg Yo ain't no athletic physique, but he got the swag, he got the edge. But either way, they ain't a match. We both see that. I'm going to say this about, you say he was a fetish to her. I feel like, I ain't got a list. I ain't to her list. I don't know what other athletes she dated. Mm-hmm. But she dated high-profile guys, and a lot of people know what it's like to be with Megan. But I think when she looked at him, I feel like she saw opportunity. This nigga, I'm talking like this. She seen him, that ain't her normal type, but he got the type of dough she like. He got the type of lifestyle she like. The nigga a multi-millionaire, cuz. This dude done had some of the biggest contracts in NBA history. He was one of the Splash Brothers. Any woman who get with him is winning financially. I feel like Megan might have been like, you know what? I can make this my last stop. I think she looked at him and was like, this the type of nigga right here who I can come at and he ain't really gonna pay attention to my past. He gonna bypass my past. That's what I think she was thinking. I'm not saying she was right. But I'm putting myself in her shoes though. Because look at the disappointment that she came across with her posts. You introduced me to your family. You playing house. And you got cold feet. You don't talk about cold feet unless wedding is in the mind.
Yeah.
So she look at this nigga like he ain't really my type, but I can work this. And either way, I'm in a good spot when it's all said and done. That's what I thought. And it backfired on her.
Okay, well, I would say it is. It's in the realms of what you're talking about, but I wouldn't say it's those. I feel like she looked at him as a dude. He's her last stop, and it's a dude that she can control.
That's what I'm saying.
But I'm talking about with her physicality, not.
Hey man,
and
same
she
thing.
got him whipped mentally. Because everything you said, I can see that's like you said, the finances and everything. Because all the other dudes she couldn't control mentally.
But that's a point.
I think she feel like. Okay, all right. Well,
that's
I'm saying it different.
Yeah, that's a point of controlling them mentally.
Okay.
Because why the hell she want to mentally control a broke nigga? What's she gonna get out of that?
No, I mean I'm saying he's financially to the point where she can control him mentally, even if he's rich. The other dude, they have millions, and she could have found another dude that had millions just like him, but he was one of them ones that she can control his money and her money mentally, and she felt like he would have been the one that would have fell for it. That's what I mean.
I'm saying the same thing.
She could have got any guy, because she doesn't mess with guys that have money, maybe as much as him or more than him. But one thing she couldn't control them mentally. And Klay looks like he's the type of guy that'll be like, okay, all right, and he'll look like the dude that wouldn't sign a prenup.
That's what I'm saying. I mean,
so I think what you're saying. I agree. But I'm saying it from how I'm looking at it, why she went after him is because he was the last stop. He got money like the rest of the dudes I got, or maybe more. But the icing on top, she felt like she can control that nigga because of his demeanor.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. But like I said, a woman ain't just going trying to control anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like women, I don't think women just want to control a nigga. They want to control a nigga who they can benefit from. I'm not talking about all women. I'm talking about the women who do want to control. So, he looked like a great last stop. That's what I think.
Yeah.
He Klay Thompson. He got clout. He got 4 championships. That's clout. Even if you got to have him on your arm and you ain't completely satisfied, you can still do your little thing and your girl's going to be like, yeah, girl, you got you one. But the shit backfired. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But standards, though.
Okay.
I think we know the answer to this, but let's talk about why Klay got off that bus, or why Klay put her off the bus. She bad. If you was with Megan Thee Stallion right now, you in all her glory,
right?
Name, fame, money, body,
and I got the same amount of money Klay got.
Nah, you where you at?
Oh, me where I'm at?
Where you at?
Where I'm at, and I get with somebody that got all that.
You got Megan look at you and say, "Damn nigga, I see you." You know, so I'm gonna fuck with you.
Okay,
y'all together.
All right, yeah.
Would you cheat on that? Would you do something? Do you think you do something to fuck that up, or would you do everything you could to make it work?
At the beginning, everything I could to make it work.
Okay.
At the beginning.
So fuck your standards. At that point, you know what I'm saying.
But my standards.
Your standards don't matter.
Yeah, because I'm thinking on some pimp shit now.
You think about winning something.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
My standards don't matter right now.
Yeah, because a lot of guys...
With all that, dude, come on.
A lot of guys who got less wouldn't have kicked that out of bed. Why do you think Klay did?
Why he did?
This is bringing us into standards.
Okay.
What standards he holding to where he said, nah, this ain't working for me?
Because of what he got. He can do that. He can do that. I don't think his standard, what he did with her, I don't think it had to do on nothing moral. His standards was, I got what I got, she got what she got, and he can do that. Because why? He can find another girl just like her or just as bad as her. That's too easy.
More bad.
So that's why, because of the level that he's at.
Yeah.
That's why he did it. And then, he might have had some... you know, his homeboys are like, dog, now you know she messed with this dude, this dude, this dude, this dude. She come with drama. She come with extra baggage. And then that probably made him say, you know what, y'all right. And that probably what sealed it. But at the end of the day, him leaving her alone had nothing to do with morals. That's it. At the end of the day, his was like convenience. He's looking at the future where Mike could happen. And he was like, nah, it ain't even worth it. I can find a chick just as bad as her with not all the money, and I got all the money. And he kicked her. He's not tripping on that.
Okay. My take on that is I would agree not morals, but standards, yes. Because standards ain't morals and necessarily morals in the traditional sense. But you said because of what he got. Yeah. I say because of where he at.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's kind of the same thing, but I'm just putting a different angle on it.
Right.
Where is Klay? He in rooms with big money. He in rooms with big endorsement. He in rooms with the type of business that the wrong reputation can cost you millions. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's the kind of rooms he moving in. And then where else is he at? He in rooms with other guys who got big money and probably who done been on that bus. Like you said, his homeboy's like, hey, you know, you might know about these, but so-and-so too. Old boy over there too. When you start hearing them whispers as a man, it's like, you know, that start messing with your ego.
And he probably knew most of it anyway, because, I mean, every the guy she messed with.
It's always more than the meets the eye, though.
Yeah, they always say ×3 type shit.
It's always more than meets the eye.
Yeah.
You know, so when that transformer started coming out, then more than meets the eye, Klay probably like, is this where I want to plant my flag?
Yeah.
You know, this is how I want to be represented.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is what men think about.
Yeah.
Do I want this attached to my name because of where I'm at?
Yeah.
And I think that's his standard. His standard is like, you know, he don't need when there's a woman walk in that a bunch of other reputations is marching in behind her.
Oh yeah. I'm not gonna knock that. And then you got you know, what jumped out at me, she probably thought it was her line and sinker because he took her around his family.
Yeah.
But the thing is,
you think that was fucked up?
Nah, because that's the trend now. Back when we grew up, we didn't do that. Everybody does it. I got family members that bring dudes, or have brung dudes, or found around the family way too soon. So people don't respect that. When we grew up, to bring a girl around the family, it was at least 6 months, or at least to a year.
Why you think Klay bought around the family though? Because you know, we know he knew he wasn't going down that aisle.
Yeah.
Well, why you think he
just did it just cause?
He probably that's probably another notch on the belt though.
Yeah,
because he probably like
shit. Yeah,
he probably like.
If you listen to most, if you look at people today, they bring guys around the family that they just met. If you really think about it, the young people you be like, oh, who's this? Oh, I just met her, a week ago, and she's already coming to the house. When we grew up, well, I say me, I ain't gonna speak for everybody. In my era, when I grew up, we didn't bring girls to our house unless it was something serious, and it had to be for a while. My grandma don't know half the women that I messed with, but the ones that she did meet, it was serious. Unique, and the women that I did bring around her, I was dealing with them at least 8 months to a year. She may have knew their name and everything, and she asked, well, when you going to bring her past? I'm like, grandma, you and me this someday.
Right.
And some of them she met, and some of them I kicked to the curb. They didn't make it to that. But in today's time, they do it. They could meet a dude right off the street and say, oh, take me by the house so I could go get some. When I grew up, women didn't even know where I lived at, let alone where my parents lived at.
Right.
That was like, because if we got to get rid of them, we don't want them coming to our grandma's house. Your grandson cheated on me and he did me wrong. That was a code. You don't bring a girl that you just met to your spot or your grandma's house, because you know it's going to be some shit if you break up with her.
So you're saying that's green on Klay part?
Yes.
Green is goose shit?
Yes. It was stupid. That's what they do the time.
Klay.
Yeah.
So that's what you mean by he deserved it too.
Yeah.
Because he knew, because he should have knew the kind of backlash. She was going to get a little backlash. Because for her, that's a part of her brand.
Yes.
That's a lot of her brand. You know,
that was common since he was raised by a mother and father,
She going to pop a little shit and then she going to shit on niggas.
And I guarantee you, if I was to sit around Klay Thomas and his parents, and I'm talking like this, and they'd be like, "You showing up damn right. We ain't know why the hell he brought her over here."
Yeah.
They knew that it wasn't gonna be that serious.
Klay Pop's in the NBA.
Yeah,
this nigga already know. Okay, he having fun.
Yeah, exactly.
But the thing is, and I think why a lot of women feel like it's fucked up is because why bring her in that close and give her that false impression? You know what I'm saying?
That's women just mad because
they saying she should know better though.
But the thing is, the reason why they mad because he pulled the card out of their book with the double standard.
That's facts.
That's the only reason why they mad. He pulled I ain't gonna say a female
gotcha,
move.
Bitch.
He pulled a double standard that y'all use, and y'all mad that it's a dude that did it.
Gotcha, bitch.
Yeah, that's the only reason why y'all mad. That was a double standard move that women do, and they mad.
He got her first.
Yeah,
so she had to get a lick back,
and that's why the women rah, and all that. If she'd have did it, he must have cheated or he must have did something. Right.
Yeah, he must have did something for her.
Because you don't hear no guys going hard on him. It's just the women. They just mad that he pulled the double standard before she could.
Okay. So Klay got standards. He played around.
Yeah.
But he said, I'm sticking to my standard though.
He got you before you got him.
He got you first.
Yeah.
Damn.
And he got the cookies.
Look. Klay a ball player. He played the game.
Yeah.
You got to give him that.
Oh, yeah.
He played the game.
He played all 4 quarters and overtime.
Damn.
Shit.
Okay.
It didn't even make it to game 7.
Yeah, man. So I know
he did a 4-0 sweep.
A sweep? Okay. Yeah. I got you.
She didn't get no wins.
That's the only sweep he getting because he ain't in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But, man, I know you wanted to go some other places with standards. So, you know what I'm saying? Klay held a standard.
Right.
But we all got to hold a standard. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Sometimes it's a cost to not holding your standard.
Yeah.
And we're going to get into that after the break.
Yeah.
We're going to go a little deeper into standards. T-Rex, you had some thoughts, man. You feel like standards is something that, I don't know, like we let go of, we don't have, or we let other people dictate to us. Let me know where you at with that. Tell the audience where you at with that.
All of the ones that you said is all of those. I think we let it go. We had. Let me start with where we had it. We started civilization.
Oh, you going way back?
Yeah, that's when we
way back.
That's when we had it, and nobody.
Okay.
And when I mean had it, nobody wasn't even on our level when it came to that. And we got archaeology, we got landscapes, structures to prove that. In our Cuban line, even us as our I forgot what you call them people, paleo, whatever the
paleontologists.
Paleontologists to go after the bones and stuff.
Excavation and get the archaeology.
Even our remainings of our bones show that. Like here.
Where do we get those standards from though? Because you going way back. We got architecture, we got monuments.
Where we get it from, the creator.
Okay.
What some people call God, Allah. But I say creator because before it was a God or Allah, it was a creator. Our ancestors looked at the sun because it brings life, it brings energy, it keeps us warm, if without light, nothing could grow. But I say that was downloaded in us from the creator.
And we keep it real. You know, we say that literally, we keep it real, but for us, we stay connected to reality. Mm-hmm. And that's how we build all that shit. Mm-hmm. Because we connected to reality. We trust our senses. Mm-hmm. We trust our own observational powers. Mm-hmm. You know, when we see what nature is doing, how nature is behaving, how nature interacts with us, and how we can harness it and create technology and shit like that, we rock with that. We accept that. We don't try to fake it. And I feel like whatever that is in our DNA as black people, we keep carrying that. And I'm going to give you a different example. Think about what they call ebonics and what black people do with the English language. We don't speak proper English necessarily. We can, but then we can speak the slang. We can take that thing, slang that thing, and we can take words that don't fit the definition and put another meaning on it and have the shit translate. That's powerful.
Yeah.
That's influential. And that's something that's saying that the power that we got ain't coming from the outside. The power that we got is coming from us. So to me, it's like we are the standards. And I'm just giving one example how you can see that in language. How we took language, flipped the shit, and had everybody get on the meaning. Even though somebody already sitting their ass up, stiff ass up in the library writing, this means that, and that means this. We said, nah, nigga. Remix that shit and slang it out there. Everybody on it. That to me, that says that we got a sort of power we only use in the entertainment. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we not taking that creative power, that influence, and slanging it in other places. You dig? I think that's where our power is at.
Yeah. So when you say there, and I think we need to go back to that. Where now I'm going to get to where how I believe where we lost it.
Oh shit.
It's like I use your jank, like the Tower of Babel. You know, when they changed the language. I think when we allowed them to change our way of life, that's where we lost it. And they use multiple things. They changed our language. They changed the name of original names that we had in our Kiba line and over here. And then they literally changed our names. We don't, as FBAs, we don't have our ancient names. Even if we was never, I go as far, even if we was never in Africa and we was here on sovereign land from our ancestors before they colonized this country, like they colonized Africa, we don't even have that ancient name that we was here for this sovereign land. So that's what I mean. When we allowed them to do that, that's when slowly but surely we started losing our standard and we developed somebody else's standard through language. And through language, it's just, like how you say, through communication, like my cousin say, my other cousin say, my cousin Choo Choo, shout out to Choo Choo, conversation rules the nation. So with that meaning, if somebody can get in your head and change your way of thinking to get you to speak their language, shit, where the body go, the body gonna follow.
And what's even more fucked up with that is when somebody can get in your head and change the way you think and speak about yourself.
Exactly.
So you start operating outside of your operating mode. You know, wherever your power base is at, wherever your signal is at, you off track and you trying to do something else the way somebody else does it. When you was talking about how I like where you went with it, with how invaders came, brought another language, first of all, brought another framework for how to interpret reality, religion, right? Well, how to connect to the source, the creator, gave you names for all of that, changed y'all's names and the names of the places you live. In 1884, the Berlin Conference, they called that the scramble for Africa. I'm saying they scrambled Al-Kibalan. They scrambled it, right? Because you took these ethnic groups already had they land and their communities and all this shit. They mix all the motherfuckers up. Okay, now y'all are this, all y'all are that, all y'all are that. So it's an amalgamation. It's a mixture of meaning, and it's hard for a lot of them guys to get back to the roots of that meaning because they so disoriented with just trying to fucking eat.
Yeah. And that's the reason why you hear a lot of people here when I go to restaurants and stuff, they all know what we talking about.
Yeah.
But the powers that be make sure that they hire people that have that standard from way back when to hold that standard now.
How do we return to the standard? I got it in my mind.
Well, it's just like what I was saying to you, like over here. Every ethnicity done came over here, and the government that governs this United States is created a government tailored to their standard. Like Asians, they got Chinatown. When you look at your applications, or when you're doing your shit in the courtroom, they got it blocked out. Asian, this is categorized.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I think you said, or they about to start doing is putting FBA on there. I think we're starting it to getting back to that standard, like you say, of us identifying ourselves. But what I'm trying to promote and push, let's not just stop there by identifying ourselves. Let's keep pushing the goalposts to where they got to create a government to our standard, our way of life. They only do it, or they give us the illusion of it, is in the arenas where we're making them money, like football, sports, entertainment. They'll adjust their standards to appease us because they're getting a bigger dividend at the end. We need to change the standard to, even if we don't give you nothing or nothing for you to profit, you automatically by nature the government have to put something together to allow us to govern ourselves with the law backing our government. Just like you can't go, I'm pretty sure they got laws and things like they got it for immigrants. They created laws for immigrants. Immigrants even got a standard here. They got immigration laws.
You even got some
them.
people who got immigrant communities who have police from their ethnic group coming in. I want to interject here. You said something about us, how we self-identified now, FBA, Foundational Black America. You said we need to take it a step further. I feel like it's a natural evolution. Once you self-identify, you start operating out of that identity. Right? When somebody else identifies you, you operate out of that identity. And that's where I think switches up your north and south, your disorientation. You become disoriented because you're not locked in with your actual identity. But when you self-identify, it's because you self-evaluated. You know what I'm saying? Like you self-reflect. And then when you come to a recognition of self, then you identify. And that's what grassroots black people have done. Like, hold on, we looking at all the history and the patterns and all of this. When we look at the common thread, this is who we are. We're actually distinct from these other groups. All of them are cool and all of that. We fuck with them, high fives. But this is who we are. And I feel like the first thing we got to do is just hold ground with your identity. Because the first thing that comes up when you self-identify, everybody got to test it. We don't like how you show up when you identify that way. So I'm gonna try to poke and prod you to get you to move into a space that's convenient for me. And that's the conversation you see going on a lot. Like a lot of ethnic groups jump in spaces where FBAs are having just conversations about what's going on politically, what they should look for, what we should, all of this stuff. And you have other groups coming in saying, well, you guys are a hate group, and they're trying to relabel this. And it's not even like we say, hey, come in and get your opinion. They just bust through the door. Hey, I got something to say. Why? You ain't got no stake in the conversation. Or do you have a stake in the conversation? You dig what I'm saying? Like, or is there benefit for you when we identify the way you want us to? So I think the first thing is just holding ground. This is who we are, and we gonna be that. Because and I end here, because when you hold ground, I'm not saying that's when you stop, but I'm saying that substantial effort has to be put in holding ground, because when you do that, everything has to adjust to your position. So yeah,
when you was talking, the standard that you was talking about, I was like, damn, they got a standard because we gave it to them first. I'm gonna jump to history real quick. They didn't. You call them nomads. They didn't have nowhere in life. They didn't
talk about it.
They didn't have nothing. And when they came to us, what attracted them to keep coming? Because we had a standard, a way of life.
Yeah.
So now they done. It's like you done got too big for your britches. Now you think you know more than the master.
Right.
But the master don't teach you everything. And even what they have learned, they didn't learn it to the fullness of like even the hologlyphs. They thought they knew everything, but they don't. They only knew but so much, because just like the reasons that I read, they couldn't write this shit down and take it back to Greek or Rome. They had to remember as much as they could and go back. And people naturally forget. So a lot of that shit that they're going to have is distorted. But through the distortion, they think they receive all the education, and then they come back and try to enforce it, took their land. And even to this day, you see more people of other descents beside us teaching people when they go to the pyramid what the shit in the hologlyphs say. And like what John Henry Clark, that's a disrespect, should be a disrespect to us, that why are we learning from somebody that don't even look like what they're teaching? Like, you don't even come from here, but you teaching us this, our ancestors is actually from here. But we never think of it like that.
Yeah.
Then the next thing, we all had a standard back in the day. I was, when you was talking, movies was just popping up in my head. Pele, he had a standard. His father, here we go, the man, was teaching his son. And he was jumping up in the air and he was trying to kick that mango.
Yeah.
And he said, son, no. You're thinking too much. Just do what's natural. And then he jumped up, brought the other knee up and kicked it. And then they was telling him that their standard of playing was this way, but he couldn't do his Jenga. But that's the standard how we play. And guess what? When we stood our ground, like you said, they started allowing it to be part of soccer, which made soccer way probably. Could you imagine now if they had never allowed that? Soccer wouldn't be shit right now. It wouldn't be an international sport. It wouldn't have made it over here to the United States. Pele did that because he stood his ground.
Right.
Serena, the movie Serena, that popped to her head. The tennis player was telling her when the father finally got with the white dude, he was like, well, I want my daughter. He said, no, sir. My daughter going to play like this.
That's right. He didn't want her to tamper with that confidence.
Yeah, and he was like, no, she plays like this. He said no. And then the coach had seen her play like that, but because he was mad at the father.
Right.
And when she played, he had to adjust to how she played.
Yeah.
And so I'm showing movies and incidences where if we stand our ground long enough, they will change. And what I'm trying to say, we need to stand our ground in pushing the goalposts. Of what I'm saying is to where the government has to change to our standards, because they don't believe that
they got to reorient. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
I don't believe they think that we have the capability to have a standard. Because back in the day, I think with a lot of ethnicities, I'm just gonna say white people. I
think they know we do. I think that they're invested in keeping us destabilized.
Yeah.
So we can't establish
And I think when you say words like I'm holding you accountable or I got a standard, especially when it comes from a black man, that rubs them the wrong way.
Got you. You know, I think that I like those examples, and I like the Pele example because Pele shows you that our standard comes from within. We pay attention to not only nature, but what occurs naturally in us. What the functions that naturally work, we build on that. You know, so it's like when you look at that other culture, I won't even say the name. When you look at the other culture, it's like they perform what we are. It's like even think about breakdancing, hip hop, whatever you want to call it, like how we groove and we do the dances. It's because we pick it up from the vibe. You know what I'm saying? It's the music, it's the vibe. We feeling it. We start going with it, and then we get this rhythm, and then boom, we got something now. You know what I'm saying? And then it becomes a thing. Everybody loves it because it's coming from the source. It's coming from the standard. But then what them other folks do? Oh, that's cool. Okay, so and 1 and 2 and 3. Okay, then crossover. You know what I'm saying? Like they start breaking it apart so they can reconstruct it and perform it.
Yeah.
Because it's not what they are. It's not who they are. So they have to perform it. And I think that's why it always expires. It never stays authentic. It always chokes out the life eventually because it's not the real. It's the construction.
Yeah. And I mean, shit. I use this for example. This might still be on topic. I remember when I was in Oklahoma, I was in the military. I used to go to the bar. And I still go to the bars if me and you ever do it. I like going to them cowboy bars.
Okay.
And it never fails. And I've been to his Hispanic bars. It could be a dance that they're just teaching. And they be like, all right, now, and you know, the guy be on the joint and he'll be explaining it. And I'll be like,
I already know where you going.
But then I'll be like,
fuck it, let's feel it.
Let me feel it. Let me have fun with it.
Yeah.
Instead of dancing like this, let me throw my shoulder with it. But when I throw my shoulder with it, what he's saying, I'm not even paying attention to him no more. It's like my body automatically
going with the rhythm.
Going with the rhythm, and then I catch on to it. So I notice with us, we catch on to stuff in real time when we allow ourselves to do something naturally.
Yeah.
It seems stuff that's natural to them is complicated. But was not and then it's in reverse for us. Where they're trying to control, we make complicated, but it's really natural. So I have noticed that even with Hispanic music, when they I look at them and be like, boom, and then they're literally like, no, don't do that yet. And I'll be like, hold on. But what I'm really doing, I'm trying to feel the energy and the vibe. Once I catch that, everything that you trying to teach me, I done caught on to it, and boom, now I'm adding some extra stuff. Now I'm making it look fly. We all as FBA have that.
Now I'm gonna give it to the Latino culture. Them ones who be doing them dances, they be fucking it up. You know what I'm saying? That they be feel when you see them motherfuckers is spinning and doing this and all of that, they be fucking moving, bro. Yeah. They be feeling that. I've been to in Dominican Republic, I went to a karaoke bar before.
Yeah.
And they karaoke bar, they don't hold back, man. Everybody feel like it's day 15 minutes of fame. They go all the way in. Yeah. The whole bar be singing with them. Yeah. And then you have some people who actually can sing. They be straight up performing. Right. And then you had the old men, they come in like, geez, they had the tie on, they put the shit, they be walking around like this. And you can see they super confident. And they just take a woman and start flipping her ass around.
Yeah,
You know, doing shit.
That two-step stuff.
It's beyond two-step.
Oh wow, I would love to see that.
Nah, I'm talking about that damn salsa, the merengue, the bachata.
When they catch them and spin them.
The bachata, you know, like you doing the thing, and then you spin around, and then you put it behind the back, and then you turn and come back.
Oh yeah.
Man, these old niggas,
here they call that two-stepping.
Nah, it ain't two-stepping, cuz.
It's not that. Not with the stuff where like R. Kelly and them was like one step.
No.
Oh, it's way flyer than that.
This is. I'm not saying it's flyer. It's different.
Okay, got you.
I don't know if you've seen the Spanish, the bachata, the merengue, the salsa.
I've seen the merengue before, yeah.
You know, they spinning the woman around and you turn it. It's like an interactive dance. It's almost like it's like a dance between masculine and feminine energy. It's like the man has to lead.
He controlling,
and he's flipping all around and all of this shit. It's fun. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like if you can get into it, but you had them old cats coming in like they don't be smiling.
They be looking.
They know they about to fuck it up. You know what I'm saying? They got their wife with them, but they don't just dance with their wife. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They coming like they the big dog. They dance with their wife. Oh, you too? Okay. Flip her ass around. You know what I'm saying? They be going. So they be feeling it too. That's what I'm saying. So some of them coaches, man, like I think they got enough separation from the bullshit to still feel they shit.
Yeah.
But what you notice over there is they keep them destabilized too because it's poverty all the time. So that I feel like they hold on to that. That's their joy. You know what I'm saying? To be able to maintain that part of their culture, to maintain what it means to be connected, they kind of protect that. You know what I'm saying?
That's where our conversation was going, and that's what I was thinking. I said we as FBA, we need to get to that standard, but not just with entertainment.
Yeah.
Just our whole way of life.
Everything.
To where the government
have to
adjust to us instead of us adjusting to their government.
Yeah.
And that's where I remember, and then that's where I was saying, because every ethnicity has a standard when they come here, and it's never changed to the point where you don't really seeing them go through the shit that we go through, like police brutality. We getting a taste of that. They probably getting a taste of that now because of this ICE thing.
You ain't even hearing that much about it.
But you're not hearing as much as like how it was handled. But I feel like it's because they have a standard. And I think we had a standard back then. Like now what's going on, a lot of family is one thing that the powers that be is destabilizing the FBA, but we destabilize ourselves. Where I'm about to go with this meaning is that we can't come together and let me use the terminology, live in one household, buy that house, and then one family moves out, and then we build like that. Every ethnicity can come here but us. And I was talking to my people on the phone one time, and I noticed that we can never come together like booty cheeks and build something. I remember my grandpa wanted to buy the house in on Georgia Avenue. And he always had this mindset that we need to at least have one house in the family. You don't see that shit no more. And that shit is gone now.
It's because nobody ain't maintaining the standard though. And I
feel like FBA, we used to have
gotta get back to it.
We need to get back to it. It don't matter what the government does to us, that's one standard that we can maintain. Every other ethnicity is doing it.
You got to enforce it though. I think every family, we got to enforce it in how we live and how we speak. You know what I'm saying? It's got to become a normal part of how we talk, a normal part of the conversation.
Yeah.
Just how we do shit. And I feel like America is a great host to foreigners. But what it means to be a great host is that you create a space, everybody joke about this word, but safe space for people to express freely, authentically, to be them. Think about how America is that for a bunch of different groups, because you see them represented, expressed everywhere in business and communities and housings and apartments, for miles and mile stretches where they can walk outside and damn near feel like they're in their country. So what that suggests about America is a great host for them.
Right.
But when you look at us, and you look at how our expression is interrupted and fragmented and stunted, we live here, but not such a great host to us. You got pockets where it really, for us to have like a strong business community presence, it's got to be millionaires and sports people and entertainers who making big money, who can just be like, I'm buying that business, I'm standing that up, I'm using my influence to bring everybody here. Most people can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Most people ain't got that kind of pull, you know what I'm saying, to be able to just buy that building, say, hey, I'm here, and everybody flock over. Atlanta's like that because you got a lot of artists, and kudos to them for using the music industry as a means to establish themselves and host themselves.
Right.
But you got a lot of people who got a lot of talent, a lot of business ideas, a lot of shit, but the way America hosts us as FBAs, it's not really a good host.
Right.
So we don't really get like opportunities to dominate business-wise these storefronts. What you call them, little strip malls. You don't see FBA dominated strip malls.
Right.
Where you see our swag, our clothing, our barbershops, our little shopping markets, restaurants, all in one strip mall.
Right.
You don't see that.
Right.
But we live here. This place is supposed to be a safe place, supposed to host, open itself for us to give full expression for who we are as FBA. We got soul food, we got swag, we got music, we got creativity, but you don't see it in the infrastructure.
Right.
But you see everybody else being hosted like a motherfucker. Sitting up cool. And I'm not saying that as a hater, I'm saying that as an observer.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That, shouldn't be like that, man.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, we getting close to time, so man, let's bring it on in with the final thoughts for standards. What you got, Mr. Rex?
Man, it seems like we hit it all. I just feel like we just need to put standards on everything that we do and take pride in it, just like anything else. I think we should really have a standard. We should even say the word. Well, you know, if you're taking your kid to school and I put it like this: anytime we need to start telling people what our standards is when they're putting their standards on us, I think we need to start vocalizing that. You know, like when I go anywhere I go, I let people know, well, my son is not eating this or he's not doing this, and they were like, well, the school said, okay, then well, do I have to bring his lunch? Well, no, they won't allow him to bring his lunch to school. Then I'm the type, well, he won't be coming to the school. We need to be on that kind of level that, like, if our standard is for us and it's not bringing no harm to you, but it's a way how we want to be with our kids, then show them that we don't need them. I think that's where I say us showing we should take standards to the point that if by any means necessary to where we'll do it on our own. If you can't respect our standards, we'll do it on our own. That's my closing remark.
Okay. I think that's kind of where I think that's really the mindset that you have to assume when you do take ownership of your standards. And when you was talking about the standards, my thought is we are the standard. You know, when we look at it historically, these buildings wasn't here, you know, at the beginning. Nobody knows what was going on, but we know man-made structure wasn't here. But we tapped into an internal standard, and we begin to express ourselves out of that standard, out of that identity. And we begin to create the reality around us. And we maintained it through staying in harmony with that standard. And so the standard is never far away. The standard is always within.
Yep.
And I feel like when we remember that, when somebody pushes on your standard, when somebody pushes on you to alter how you show up in your identity, you can simply say that I respect your standard, but this one is mine. And that's how I'm moving.
Literally.
Point blank.
Yeah.
No force, none of that. I acknowledge that that's yours, this is mine.
Oh, yeah.
And now we're going to see what kind of standard you got, because will you operate on the standard of respect that I know you claim to stand on? Because now that I've made a differentiation between your standard and mine, now that's only one move that we can both make. Respect.
And time will tell.
Time will tell. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. So a full conversation here, guys. We talked about relationship standard. We talked about Klay having standards and kicking Meg out the bed. Good Lord. You know what I'm saying? Most of us wouldn't kick out the bed, but I guess you got to have standards.
That's a big girl.
What I'm saying?
She's not
That's a big
small,
girl.
Dog. I think she like 5'8".
Yeah. Thick in the hips and the
165.
lips.
Yeah, she built.
But Klay said, fun time, but nah.
Yeah.
No.
Like I said, they just mad because he pulled the double standard before she could.
Hey, you know, but it's all about standards. Y'all get in the comments and let us know what y'all standards are, what y'all think about all of it. Full circle conversation. We appreciate your feedback. Get in them comments if you're watching on YouTube. And like we always say, don't you watch and hide. Like and subscribe. Until next time, we out. Peace.
Boom.